It is 7 a.m. here on Kincaid and Sal. June is 97.5, The Fanatic.
Kincaid and Sabonis.
Kincaid and Sabonis. Yeah, that turned to the, you just want the Lithuanian here.
Oh, my gosh. Like, seriously.
And I was the biggest Joel Embiid honk for the longest time.
No, you still are. But
I still love the guy.
No, Ray Dunn.
Yeah,
Ray
Dunn has won that battle.
It's unbelievable. I don't know what's like. We have to. We had a neighbor, Brad, in Atlanta, who his company actually kidnapped people that were involved with like cults.
Oh, okay.
Drug addicts off the streets. No, seriously, they did, and they took them to these places to be able to dry out, get the help they needed. I think we may have to call Brad.
Okay.
I may have to make a call for Ray Dunn because yesterday I think there's a serious intervention that needs to happen.
Wait, what was that show back in the day? Dog the Bounty Hunter?
I'm not sure.
Is it Dog?
There was a reality.
There is a show, Dog the Bounty Hunter.
Yeah, there was a reality TV show following the Bounty Hunter. I think we just need to sick them after Ray.
All right, and
we'll sick him after Ray.
And we'll hopefully save Ray.
I could call Brad Baker, get him involved.
In case you're wondering why we have to save Ray Dunn, Ray Dunn is still holding on to Joel Embiid, and
he really is. He really is
not alone, because a third of our responders on the poll right now have changed their tune altogether.
How?
So let's break this down again.
How can this be?
So today's Thursday, right? Happy schedule release day. Andrew the Checker will be in studio with us from 8 to 10. Still have a lot of fun stuff in store for you. And we also have to open up debate day, which is something that we're going to start doing on a weekly basis. So there's still a lot to get to. But yesterday, when I saw the reaction to the Jake Fisher article where the Sixers could potentially call the Kings for Domantas Sabonis, Embiid goes to Sacramento. He has 3 years left on his deal. Sabonis has 2. People lost their damn minds. Well, I want to trade Embiid, but that's not who I want to trade him for.
That's not good enough.
And what people need to realize and come to terms with is we are not in a position where we are allowed to be picky. If we all agree that Embiid has one of the worst contracts in the NBA.
Well, no, they yesterday NBA Live, they believe he has the worst.
Okay. They believe it's the worst contract. But if I ask the Sixers fan, do you believe Embiid is one of the worst contracts in the NBA? They will probably say yes, if not the worst, it's top 5. Do you not think that like 25 teams in the NBA realize that?
I think they do.
That Embiid's contract's bad? That
it's freaking horrendous?
So why would they make a trade of some player of note where you're like, yes, we won this trade?
I had a gentleman already this morning saying to me, look, you keep him another year, one more year, and then next year, no. You don't hold the jalopy for another year thinking all of a sudden it's going to look better next year. It's broken down, it's bad, it's not going to look better next year.
No, it's not. The only year where you might say that it could be better is when there's 1 year left, because teams are
1 year left, yeah.
Teams are always open to taking on a 1 year bad contract. What were the Sixers doing during the process? They were trading for 1 year bad
expiring bad contracts all the time.
Yeah, like teams do that in the NBA.
And I understand that part of it big time, yeah.
So Embiid, whether it's 3 years or 2 years, it's still a bad contract. So you're not going to get some superstar. You're not getting Giannis for Joel Embiid.
Oh my gosh.
The trade that's going to go down is strictly to eliminate a year or 2 from Embiid's contract. That's why we're talking about Sabonis in Sacramento. That's why you're talking about potentially adding a pick and trading him to Golden State and getting Jimmy Butler in return, not for him to help you play basketball, but for him to only have 1 year left of his deal. That way, after next season, that max slot opens up either via free agency or you do a sign and trade, or you trade for another player that's already on a max contract that's disgruntled with their team. You're not trading Embiid to win a championship in 2027. But here's the term that you have to reach. You're not winning with him either. You're not winning. So why not move on to try to eliminate a year or 2?
And so I think some of the people that are still in the cult, like Ray, which we have to, get Ray rescued from the cult, are still trying to spin. We're going to be bad either way, is what you're telling me. So I want to be bad with Embiid. I want to do the nostalgia tour. I want to hold on to the hope that somehow my opinion of Joel Embiid that I've tried to believe for years and years is finally going to be proven right. And that's what this is about.
Yes.
The Embiid truthers want to believe that somehow they can hold on to a thread, that their belief that they've tried to just I could still be right here. I could still end up being right. Joel may end up leading them somewhere. He's not. It's not happening. You got to move on. It's time to stop.
Now, Dawood coming to Ray's defense here on our YouTube chat saying, I think Ray is saying it doesn't matter either way. You're still in the same predicament, trade or not. Yes. Like, again, if you have,
it's a predicament. Let's put it that way.
Let's say you subtract Joel Embiid and you put in Domantas Sabonis. You're not winning.
No, you're not winning.
But it's only 2 years left of the contract instead of 3.
Yep.
If it's Jimmy Butler, you're not winning.
Nope.
Just like you're not winning with Joel Embiid. But instead of 3 years of the contract, it's 1.
That's good.
And that's the purpose of making the trade. Or there are a lot of you coming to terms realizing it's not going to be any better with those options. I'd rather roll the dice for 3 more years of Joel Embiid. And that's why, quite literally, John, a third of our responders on the Dr. Abaddon Appel Iron Mountains Men's Health poll of the day are saying keep Embiid.
Here's what I would say to you is, and this is where I tell you all the time, it's a different sports town than the one I grew up in. I would tell you this, is that give me the greatest athletes that have been through this town.
Barkley.
If you'd say Barkley is one of the greatest competitors.
Charles Barkley.
Yes, absolutely. So you got that there. Let's go Allen. Okay, Allen. Just go with that
Reggie
for basketball.
White.
Then you go, okay, a Reggie White, whoever it is, whatever it is, the Jason Kelce's of the world, whatever. If you tell me that any one of them, Jimmy Rollins, Chase Utley, would have sat at a podium after losing to the Knicks and had that press conference, if you could tell me with a straight face that any one of them would have been like, yeah, I had a good series.
Successful season.
Yeah, it was a successful season. If you could tell me with a straight face that any one of them would have dared in the city of Philadelphia to say, yeah, that's a successful season, I think. Yeah, none of them ever would have. And that's where I tell you, people are so engaged into the it's the culture of celebrity, not the culture of team and everything. It's like, and you love Joel Embiid, and you love him.
Yeah.
And I'm here to tell you, folks, he's let you down. He's let you down big time. And you know what? You still love him. You still love him. He can abuse you. He can do whatever he wants to do, and you just keep coming back for more. And after that press conference the other night, if you think any of the great athletes in Philadelphia history would have ever had that press conference, you're out of your minds. You're absolutely out of your minds. It never would have happened.
Another response on Twitter from Ben. Jimmy Butler, it's like you guys have only heard of 10 NBA players before. Once again, another person that does not understand how trades work in the NBA with bad max contracts. Joel Embiid is making $57 million this year. And it goes up, by the way. But you have to make the salary work for 1 year.
Correct. You got to make it. It's got to be for 1 year.
And it's really not that hard. And we just break it down.
No, but people don't know.
I just don't get it.
But dude, people don't know. I can break it down 1,000 times. If you weren't listening during the breakdown, you missed the breakdown. You probably don't know.
So that gentleman saying more people that don't know. All he has to do is go to Google. 2 Golden State beat writers have discussed this.
Yeah.
People who are paid to cover the Golden State Warriors have said, like, hey, could Embiid be an option?
Because they want to do They want to do one last hurrah with Steph Curry and Steve Kerr.
And that's why Steve came back. And that's why Steve came back.
So if Jimmy Butler's not going to help them next year because he would most likely start the season injured. No, by the way, he's another old guy. They might say, all right, we need a big man that can work with Steph Curry. And by the way,
we'll take our chance.
Could you imagine there is a chance? Ready for this? There's a chance where you see Team USA partner up. LeBron doesn't have to sign a max contract.
He does not have to sign a max.
So you have Steph Curry on the max, Embiid on the max. LeBron just goes there for whatever contract that they come to terms with. Steve Kerr was the head coach of Team USA basketball that won gold with those 3 players.
You know he could recruit like that.
Yeah. Just saying, there's a chance where the 40-year-old Team USA team comes together in Golden State.
And Steve Kerr signed for 2 years because of this.
So that's why.
And
Golden State could be up for an Embiid trade.
Could you see Steph and Kerr recruiting? I absolutely could.
By the way,
sure.
Embiid used to be sponsored by Under Armour. Kerr used to be an Under Armour athlete. So they probably have a relationship.
Remember Embiid and JJ Redick's success of the dribble handoff? How do you think Embiid and Steph Curry would work?
Also, here's the thing, too. They traded during the deadline for Kristaps Porzingis, who had some severe illness, and they shipped him to San Francisco, one of probably the most unclean cities in the world. I'll say it. I'm not afraid to say it.
It is. It's one of the most.
So if they're taking that type of risk for their own health of their player, I think they might be interested in Embiid.
They might be.
I think they might.
But again,
Joel would be getting sick every day of the week in San
That's
Francisco.
not our problem.
People don't understand how the trades work in the NBA, and they get emotional and they react and they get angry. Once you know how it works, let us know which option you choose. Embiid for Sabonis. 2 years of Sabonis, that means you subtract the contract by 1. 1 year of Jimmy Butler, but you have to throw in a first-round pick. That means you subtract the contract by 2. Or, as 32% of our voters are saying now, Johnny, just keep Joel Embiid.
As long as he downloads the Poop app and the Needles app so he knows where the needle and the needle farms are and everything, he'd be fine in San Francisco.
What do we have on the Davis Honda text line? You can feel the Davis difference by checking them out in Burlington. And those are the 3 options today.
That's incredible.
It could change, but please.
No, it could.
But please don't come with me with package Embiid and George and do this. And the reason why we're saying Embiid, by the way, 70% of you said Embiid. 30% of you said Paul George.
Absolutely.
So the majority of you wanted to trade Joel Embiid. But now that you don't like the packages, now you want to trade Paul George instead. What do we got?
Alrighty, so again, and I need some names for these text messages because there's been some out-of-pocket ones like this one because they just want to take the franchise down even more. None of these trades are real. It's going to take almost 2 first-round draft picks to get off the contract, and you're getting a salary dump back. I just keep them and then stretch and waive the Joel contract after next year like Damian Lillard.
Yeah, they're not going to do that.
That's not going to happen.
The Bucks just did. I mean, look, the Damian Lillard situation was a mess in Milwaukee.
It was bad.
I don't see the Sixers doing this buyout of Joel Embiid.
No.
I also, and again, speaking of people not totally understanding, I'm saying it as respectfully as possible. I had a guy tweeting at me yesterday, well, how about the Sixers just eat half of the money? That's not an
NBA thing. Yeah, it's not.
That's Major League Baseball. That's the
We
NFL.
wish that was the case. If that was the case, I believe they'd find a way to do that and they'd find some medical.
Yeah.
But the thing is, Joel would also too. Now, there is one other option, and it's an option that I will tell you he'll never do. Joel could do the Sixers a solid.
What, just retire?
He could medically retire.
It's not going to happen.
He'll never.
He's going to make $57 million.
With $1 on the books?
Would you do it?
No. And
exactly.
I'm saying to you, he's never going to do it.
He's making $57 million this year.
The minute that they called him and offered him that money, he said, Sphincter say what? Huh? What?
50.
Are you kidding me?
Million this
You're
year.
offering me what?
62 next year.
How
the
quickly,
year after that, and then 67.
How quickly can I sign? You're going to pay. I play 30 games a year, and you're offering me what? Yes.
Dude, my man's going to make $67 million.
Dude, the stupidity of the stupidity that has went down with some of these signings.
That's why Daryl Morey got fired.
Is just beyond. It's beyond.
Daryl Morey did some good things. Daryl Morey put them in such a horrific situation with the Embiid contract and also the Paul George contract, and this is why we're stuck in purgatory yet again. What else do we have on the text line, Austin?
Yeah, so this gentleman or gal said, I would trade Joe and the 22 overall pick to Golden State for Jimmy's expiring contract in a heartbeat. I would do the Sabonis deal too. Him and PG would both be free agents after a new deal, and then next thing you know, it's VJ coming up.
And that's why another reason why you would look to trade Embiid before Paul George. Paul George has 2 years left.
Yes.
Embiid has 3.
And by the way, and that's much more. And Paul George's contract.
Yeah, he might actually be movable.
Is movable. I did the NBA pregame show last night on ESPN Radio. And that was the talk they had of their expert panel. And then I was on and talked about it.
And they looked at you as a part of the expert panel.
No. I was just of the local, more local opinion panel. And but the idea was Jimmy Butler's, they believe Jimmy Butler's, it's not Jimmy Butler. They believe absolutely that Paul George's contract is the movable one.
There's a chance that both get moved. There's a chance.
But they don't think both could be moved this offseason. Their expert panel did not believe both could be moved this offseason. But they did believe that the more movable contract is absolutely Paul George.
Yeah.
They think Paul George, his contract is the one that people would go, oh, I could see that working. I could maybe see that working. And Western Conference teams.
Be ready for another year of Embiid. Telling you right now, be ready for another year of
Well, you know who will be excited?
Ray Dunn.
Ray Dunn.
Ray Dunn, man.
Ray Dunn will be excited, and everybody in Ray Dunn's cult will be excited.
All right, we'll try to continue to explain this as much as possible because every segment I refresh notifications and there's people not realizing how trades work in the NBA. And
well, that's the NBA, and again, that's the NBA's fault.
Yeah, we'll get there eventually.
With a horrible system.
Get there eventually. Phillies last night, Johnny. Our own Connor Thomas in attendance in Boston yesterday. Phillies lose 3-1 to the Sox. Andrew Painter looked better.
He looked better. Yeah, he looked better.
Thank God. He goes 5 innings, 4 hits, 1 earned run, 4 Ks. But the bats went pretty cold yesterday. They had 3 total hits. Trey Turner was out of the lineup yesterday.
He had a tummy ache. I think it was his stomach.
Oh, I didn't even know.
Like I think it was stomach. No, I think it was having like a stomach ailment or something.
Schwarber's home run streak comes to an end, unfortunately.
That bum. Not 6 games in a row.
How dare he?
Terrible.
Alec Boehm had one of the worst at bats ever at the end of the game yesterday. I mean, you guys know how I feel about the guy already. I can't stand watching him play baseball. Alec Boehm, and I get it. Aroldis Chapman's a stud, right? Like what he is doing at his age is unbelievable. But Chapman wasn't perfect yesterday. He allows 2 runners on base. Alec Boehm comes up to bat with 2 outs with runners on second and third yesterday. All right, all you need to do is a little bloop, and you tie that ball game. Trey Turner was on second base. He pinch ran. First, he swings at a pitch that almost hits him.
Terrible.
Then he takes a ball. Then he fouls off another pitch. And then he swings at a pitch that was in the other batter's box to close out the game. He is so in his own head right now, which is a bad place to be for Alec Boehm because clearly he has already struggled with the moment, and he has been all season long. And oh, by the way, this is ever since he's raised his batting average to 186. I don't know what you do with the guy. I don't know what you do. He had the 2 home run day the other day. God bless him. Like that was awesome to see. But he's a non-factor. What do you do with the guy?
That is correct. Well, he's an expiring contract. We're talking NBA terms.
Yeah.
He's an expiring contract. You don't have to play him for long. But the thing is, you have a problem because of the fact that you don't have Aiden Miller.
Yeah,
and they thought Aiden Miller would be there. But
that's scary. His situation, or he's still not doing baseball activities. That's a scary situation. All right, something that we want to do today, and we're going to start this on a weekly basis, is debate day. So if you weren't listening at the end of the show, we'll explain it yet again here. We want to try to either help settle your debates, or maybe we make it worse because you and I might not be on the same page. What is the most recent thing that you and your buddies have been debating at the bar? It doesn't have to be sports. It could be anything. And we want you to send it to the text line, Davis on a text line, Feel the Davis Difference in Burlington, 610-632-0975. And Austin will tell us the most recent thing that you guys have been debating, whether it's sports, whether it's movie, TV, life, violations, do's and don'ts, whatever it is. Tell us what it is, and John and I will try to settle it, or we might further it if we don't see eye to eye on something. So, Austin, I'm going to put you on the spot. What's the most recent thing that you and the lady have debated? And I'm not saying argued over, where it was like, you slept on the couch. I'm saying, what's the most recent thing you guys have debated?
Well, we'll take that one too, though.
No. I haven't been put on the couch in some time now, so I've been on my best behavior, John.
That's good work.
Okay, very good.
But it's not necessarily like a 1v1 thing, but we debate to eat just dinner every single night.
Get ready for that.
We try, I understand this, but what our issue is like last night, it was, well, do we want to venture out and get sushi from the local spot? Or do we do the opposite end of the cuisine and do some pizza? Oh. And she loves sushi, but I wasn't feeling it because I was kind of hungry. I walked around a lot yesterday walking my stepdog. So that was our latest debate. Nothing of interest maybe to you guys, but good old food debate for us.
Yeah, I mean, the food debate, like John said, that'll
get ready for that, because I will not play the game anymore. It's been, almost a quarter century of marriage that I now just say, if I say, what do you want to eat? The response cannot be, well, what do you want?
Yeah, and then you
because
pick
I know if I pick something, it will be, I don't want that.
Yeah.
So I will not do that. So that's not the game we play. It is now, it's what do you want to eat? Pick it. That's it. Because I can't do that. That's tough.
All right, Renee wants to know who's more insufferable, John or Andrew?
I don't. No, you got to answer.
Yeah, we're putting you on the spot, Austin.
Me?
Yeah.
I'd have to say you, John.
Oh, wow. There it is. He says this.
He went right at it.
John gets a little worked up at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Austin went right at it.
Hey.
I would
say
hold no
this.
punches.
Hey. But due to Downey baseball, John's calmed down a little bit.
Funny thing is, I think you get more worked up.
I do get worked.
I think Andrew gets more worked up.
I pop off, man.
I think you get more worked up. But the thing is, I guarantee you, little stuff bothers me more than you.
Yes.
No question.
Oh, absolutely.
Little stuff bothers me more than Andrew. But Andrew gets more worked up. Like Andrew can get, throw down in a, you could go 0 to 60 fast.
Yeah.
And nobody would guess that.
No, nobody would.
Nobody would guess that from you.
We got some good debate texts coming in.
All right, already?
Good.
So this is something that we're going to do on a weekly basis. So if we don't get to it today, like we'll save it and we'll continue to do these throughout the course of the week. We want to do it every Wednesday. Darren Morey getting fired kind of changed things. So today is the first edition, inaugural debate day here on Kincaid South Tunis. Coming up next, speaking of debates, first take, Stephen A. Smith. He talked about Tyrese Maxey. And
this is really interesting.
But, John, this week we've been trying to crush narratives, like the local one we got yesterday about how the Sixers are in a good spot and they have a good core.
Good club.
We have to shut this one down fast. It's Kincaid and South Tunis, 97.5 The Fanatic.
You're a gambler.
Kincaid and South Tunis, 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com. 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com.
All right, it is schedule release day, so we're going to talk more about the Eagles and the NFL when our man Andrew Pacheco is in the studio from 8 to 10 today. We're about to begin something we're going to do on a weekly basis on the show called Debate Day, where we try to help settle your debates, what you debated recently at the bar with your buddies or via text or with your spouse at home. But, John, I need to update the poll again.
Okay.
Because we almost have a new leader in the clubhouse.
Really? No. All
right, poll of the day brought to us by Dr. Avedon Appel and Iron Mountain Men's Health. It's strong every day here on Kincaid and South Tunis. So yesterday, again, if you're just tuning in, yesterday I realized, in fairness, because the NBA makes it really confusing, that a lot of people don't understand how some trades in the NBA work. You need to make the money match. So there can't be a team that goes, man, we are one Joel Embiid away from winning a championship. We are willing to trade these 3 young players. It's not like baseball where big name and there's 5 prospects that are involved. In basketball, you have to make the money match. Joel Embiid is going to make $57 million next season.
And it gets worse.
50, and then it goes up to 62, and then it goes up to 67. It goes up $10 million 2 years from now. He's going to make $57 million, a touch under $58 million next year.
We need a thanks Daryl Morey drop.
My God, there's a lot to it. So Embiid, to be traded, you need to find another player that is close to $58 million. It can't be 3 young players that accumulate about $15 million.
Can't be.
It's got to be another max contract player.
You can't just do them you can't just add up contracts.
No, it has to be a max slot because if you don't use it, you lose it. That's right. As the old saying goes. And it's got to be money that is somewhere near Joel Embiid's. People don't know this apparently. And they don't know that Domantas Sabonis, who's making $45 million this upcoming season, is one of those logical players that could be included in a trade for Joel Embiid. So our 3 options that we are giving you today, if you truly are in the belief of the Sixers should trade Joel Embiid, option 1 is you trade Embiid to Sacramento and you get Domantas Sabonis in return. Sabonis has 2 years left on his deal. Embiid is 3. So really, your win in this trade is subtracting 1 year off of that contract. And oh, by the way, his maximum is $48 million. Embiid's is $68 million. So
yes, exactly.
You're also saving $20 million in this trade. Option 2, Embiid and a first for Jimmy Butler. You're not trading for Jimmy Butler and his talent. You're trading for Jimmy Butler, who only has 1 year left of his contract after this season. This would be the final year. That max slot opens up. You use it in free agency or sign in trades. Or option C, which a lot of people are starting to get to, John, is you just keep Embiid. Option A, the trade for Sabonis. I'm going to give you the tenths of a percent now. 34.8%.
You're kidding me.
Keep Embiid is 33.1.
I can't get over it.
And then 32% say option B. They're going to talk themselves into keeping Embiid again, dude. They're going to do it.
No, it's because of Ray Dunn. I'm telling you, we need to get Ray Dunn deprogrammed.
No, it's not just that. It's
because Ray is so trustworthy. He's such a trustworthy young kid. He's got that young kid face. Well, we get rid of that beard, and I know that Sean's trying to help him with that. The voice, he's just charming. He's a nice guy. Got to get rid of him.
But there's people that thought if you traded Embiid, you'd get Giannis. You're getting emails about it.
It's incredible.
People are emailing you saying, wait, why wouldn't you get Giannis?
You're out of touch.
They don't realize how this is going to go.
Why do you think that Milwaukee Sports Radio is not doing the exact same thing about trading bad contracts for bad contracts?
They're not doing
Embiid would be a perfect... No, they're not. The minute that Giannis... If the Milwaukee Bucks say this morning, we're open for business, we need the next 3 days, we need your deals for Giannis, there will be minimum of 10 teams.
That's what Shams is already reporting.
Shams already has said on ESPN, 17 teams can do it with their cap space. I would tell you that a deal that leads with Embiid would be bottom of the barrel as far as deals that Milwaukee could make.
Oh, by the way, the deal that they would want from Philadelphia is an Embiid.
No,
it would be Maxey.
Exactly.
Or VJ. And the Clippers' first-round draft pick.
My God. All right. Now, speaking of Maxey, we have to shut this down immediately. You sent this to us. Here was Stephen A. Smith.
Good stuff, by the way.
Talking about what Maxey should do.
Tyrese Maxey want out of Philadelphia now.
You know what? I think that is something that he needs to strongly consider. It's got to be deflating and disappointing. He led the league in minutes this year, 38 minutes a game. He was the fifth leading scorer, averaging over 27 a game. The guy's a spectacular player. And Daryl Morey put him in a pinch. There's no way around it. Daryl Morey, listen, I like Daryl Morey. I respect him. But he's been too addicted to analytics for too long.
If they trade Maxey, or if Maxey demands a trade, this is what happens.
Guys, I've already gotten a couple of text messages saying you guys aren't talking about potentially trading Maxey.
Yeah, we're not.
Because the organization won't allow it.
Not happening.
The organization won't allow it. They're going to, if we're talking about moving on from Joel Embiid, they're not going to move on from the former face of the franchise and also allow the current face of the franchise or the next face of the franchise to get traded as well. It's not going to happen. If it does, then we're entering another tank, like a legitimate tank.
One they might execute properly this time?
Maybe.
You got VJ at least.
Like that's the world we're entering again. If that happens, I need that to stop now. Stephen A., please don't even put that out there.
I'll tell you though, it is the next level of debate and conversation. By the way, you got something started there, Austin.
Yes.
Is now one of the cousins has checked in and said, John, could you make up a top 10 of the things that you say Andrew says you got too many things to worry about? Could you make up a top 10 of these things?
I?
In celebrative debate week? No, I came up with 8 easy.
Oh, okay. What do you got?
Undershirts under polo shirts.
Yeah.
Wearing a white undershirt under a polo shirt.
You do that, brother?
You don't do that.
You care about that?
You don't do that.
I don't, but he cares about that. Oh, dude, I'm like Nick Castellanos half the time.
Socks with slides. Stupid ass look.
Coming back from basketball.
Flip-flops with jeans. Horrible look. Like horrible. Baseball caps indoors at restaurants. Guys, take them off. Cargo shorts for people over 40. Stop. Old guy graphic T-shirts and jeans with any kind of design on your backside. Guys, take them off. Like, to stop. And untucked golf shirts on golf courses.
Okay, yeah. I think
that makes sense.
Yeah.
That's just not good. That's just not good. There's just some off the top of my head.
And it's just amazing because you notice these things. I don't.
And you don't. And that is the truth, by the way, with Andrew. He does not.
Like you said, did you see? And I go, no.
No, and you don't. Like he does not recognize this.
Tunnel
like
vision.
he does not recognize this.
All right, so we're doing debate day. What's our first one? You said we got a bunch coming in on the text line. What's the latest thing you've been debating with your buddies, your spouse, your kids, whatever? John and I are either here to settle it or to further it.
Yeah, so it's breakfast time, so we got food on the mind. This is Steve from ACO. Egg sausage McMuffin or egg sausage McGriddle, which is better from McDonald's?
I have just found them. I have just found the McGriddle this past year.
I don't like the pancake with everything else.
My wife,
I'm a McMuffin guy.
My wife got me to get her one. I tried one for the first time. It's a nice item.
I've had
it. I like the McMuffin better.
Yeah, McMuffin is better. I don't. It's too much. That's too much. The pancake. The
McMuffin before a round of golf is
man.
clutch.
Oh yeah,
that is a clutch.
Or after a few beers the night before.
Oh well, that could very well work too.
With the McDonald's OJ and a hash brown. Come on, gentlemen. Number 2. You know my order.
All right, what else we got?
All righty, this is Will from Levittown. This is going to stir some people up here. I say Philadelphia is a front-running fan base, but my boy Jerry disagrees.
It is a fan base like every other fan base in the world. I know we look at ourselves as very special. We are, because we care so much. But when Jimmy Rollins said Philadelphia is a city of frontrunners, it's every city in the United States.
Yes, here's what I'm going to give you, though. Like when you talk about the Knicks are bad forever. The Knicks sell out MSG forever.
Sure. Now
the Sixers arena was empty.
Now I will say,
so that's not. I don't think that applies to the Knicks.
I will say that the Garden's also a destination for people.
I hear that. I hear that.
Like Wrigley and Fenway, the Cubs and Red Sox could stink, but people are still going to go to Wrigley and Fenway.
It's different. I really think it's different. As someone who's been to MSG a ton in my life, I don't consider MSG to be Wrigley and Fenway.
But like, just look at the Flyers, for example. And I say this like in a nice way. Not many people care about the Flyers until this year.
Yeah, I mean, but there's not every city is a front-running fan base. Boston, by the way, freaking front-runner.
Oh, hell yeah, man.
Like, did you see that stadium last night?
Yeah.
Empty.
Yeah, empty.
I mean, seriously. I remember when there was no such thing as Red Sox Nation.
All right, we will either further or end your debates or help your debates. Send them in, 610-632-0975. We'll get another one next. But also, it's today's headlines with Austin Jones, who's in for Connor today here on 97.5 The Fanatic.
Kane and Sal Chunas, 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com. 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com.
Oh, the poll has shifted. The majority are now saying to keep Joel Embiid. John, I knew it. I knew this was going to happen. Option A, trade for 2 years of Sabonis. Option B, 1 year of Butler. Option C, keep Embiid. And option C is in the lead. I told you I was going to be twisted today. I knew this was coming. We're going to talk ourselves into, oh, wait, well, I don't like.
No.
I don't like that package.
Okay,
I don't like that package. So let's keep Embiid.
Okay, here's what I'm going to say. Don't be weird. Don't say we. Don't say we. Because 2/3 of the people, honestly, and I'll flat out say it, 2/3 of the people have a basketball IQ and understand it. And understand. This is ridiculous. Any other fan base in the country, any other part of the country would look at this and go, we understand why they have to move on, why they should move on. It's just, I swear to you, it's these holdouts. And I'm telling you, I blame Ray Dunn. Blame him.
Yeah, look,
I'm blaming Ray.
There are people that would rather just deal with 3 years of Embiid.
No, they're hoping somehow they're going to be right. There's nothing more important. And look, we all fall into it at times. I'm not saying that I don't also.
I was doing it for the longest time.
We want to be, look, we all want to be right with what we believe in sports.
When it's a positive thing, yes.
So it's not something where, like, I'm saying I don't fall into it too. But with this thing, with the whole process and that stupidity, it's done. It's finished. And people just will not turn off the lights. And it's dragging us all down. And the more, and I'll tell you, the more the Sixers see this stuff, the more they go, hey, we may still sell some tickets.
Well, that's why I was trying to crush the Noah Levick story yesterday. Sixers still have a solid core. The first four guys, no, we don't.
Here's what I'm going to say to you: Matt Cord is retired. Matty Cord is retired. He's right down the hall. We're so glad we get to see him still. Matt Cord's retired. Hopefully, maybe now that we don't have to, we can go to a new thing where there'll be new stuff, and we don't have to have the process. Doesn't even have to be uttered in that building again.
The process and Embiid
doesn't have to be uttered in that building again.
We'll see. All right, it's time now for today's headlines with Austin Jones.
Today's headlines with Austin Jones.
And today, you got a fancy.
I like that.
Shout out Matt Menard. Alrighty, so today's headlines brought to you by Lundy Law. For over 70 years, Lundy Law has been fighting for injured people if you need them. Remember the name, Lundy Law. Your injury lawyers, visit LundyLaw.com. That's LundyLaw.com. Alrighty, so, we love our sports announcers throughout the course of all sports. Jim Nance and Joe Buck. Well, shout out Sean Rodman. Apparently, Jim Nance could have been right here in Philadelphia.
In the summer of 1985, I had just turned 26, and I flew to Philadelphia. Was so honored to be asked to audition for the number 2 role. And about 2 weeks later, they called and said, "Sorry, we're going to go in a different direction."
And you know who they hired?
Yuki.
They hired the legend Yuki Washington.
How about that, man? Yeah, I saw that literally this morning, right before I left my house.
Wait a minute. So was Yuki in on that?
Yuki, it was interviewing Jim Nance.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah. If he kept on playing the clip, Yuki goes, "By the way, do you know who they ended up going with?" And he put his hand out. He shook his hand.
That's incredible because Yuki's a legend. I mean, and one of the kindest people in local media.
Yeah.
Great dude.
But how amazing. Obviously, Jim Nance in town because they got the tournament this weekend at Aronimink. But
you've seen his backyard?
Yeah, with the
I think with the par 3 in the backyard. Yeah, awesome. He's done very well for himself.
I think it worked out.
Yeah, he's got a par 3 in his backyard there.
And Jim Nance can't even be mad because now he looks and he goes, "Oh, this guy is still here."
Yeah,
he's done well for himself.
All these years later. Alrighty. Secondly, it's something that's caught my mind. Troy Aikman, obviously with ESPN now, he's got ownership with the Miami Dolphins, but he speaks highly of Jalen Hurts, and we know Jalen Hurts have his critics. This was Troy Aikman on Get Up yesterday with Greeny.
And I believe Jalen can do anything that he's asked to do. I go back to early in his career. We had them in the playoff game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It was Jalen's first year as a starter.
I remember the game.
They did not play well in that game offensively. They really struggled, and they needed to be better throwing the football. And the very next year, it was remarkable, the turnaround that we saw from that passing game and from Jalen Hurts. So what that proved to me is that he's a quarterback who puts in the time to do everything he can to be his best. And so whatever he's been challenged with this offseason, I fully expect him to come out and play the kind of football that we're accustomed to seeing him play.
I love that analysis from Troy Aikman.
Yeah.
I feel good about it. I'm a big believer that Jalen Hurts.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
This isn't the only Hall of Fame quarterback that has had some great words about Jalen Hurts.
No, Tom Brady.
Tom Brady.
Yeah. Yes.
So how many more times do we need to hear from the actual horse's mouth, at times some of the greatest quarterbacks that have played the position during their time, that, Jalen Hurts is going to put the work in and that we should have the ultimate faith that he's going to turn this thing around this coming year?
Because, again, I always go back to that guy in D.C. that his son asked him, "Hey, is Jalen Hurts a good quarterback?" And it took him like 15 minutes to answer it because he wins, but they run the football a lot.
Fantasy football.
Yes.
Fantasy football has destroyed a lot of football conversations because people want stats. People want to talk Trevor Lawrence. People want to talk, numbers. Well, how much did somebody pass for? How much did he pass for? I want to know wins.
Now, again, this year is going to be interesting because it's the quiet prove-it year.
It is.
And Jeremy Fowler spoke with a lot of executives recently, and he wrote an article that he dropped, I think, yesterday. And one AFC executive could see the Eagles moving on from Jalen Hurts after this season if it does not go well, because this is the direction they want to go in, the Sean Mannion style,
right?
The Kyle Shanahan style of offense, the Sean McVay style of offense with Sean Mannion. And if Jalen Hurts does not handle the offense well, they could look to move on from. This is an executive in the AFC that's saying that. Polarizing player and his running ability starts to decline. His value will decline too. And Eagles general manager Howie Roseman will always be proactive with finding solutions.
Yes.
It's going to lead to really interesting conversations this year.
Well,
Maybe that AFC executive wants Jalen Hurts to be their quarterback.
Are they 6-2 or are they 2-6?
Right.
Yeah. That's really good. Where it gets interesting.
Alrighty, last one for us here. I'm not big on, the roasts. We've seen them over the years. Tom Brady was one of the bigger ones. Well, Kevin Hart had his. Well, he got actually roasted by Tom Brady.
Have you even left the forum? Or have you just been here screaming into that mic the last 2 years waiting for daddy to come home? Well, unlike your real dad, I actually showed up.
Oh, you son of a...
And I brought you a jersey.
Oh, you son...
Newborn size.
And he holds up a New York Knicks Brunson jersey. That's literally newborn size.
Yeah.
Yeah, these roasts, man.
They're you open your whole family to it, too.
Yes, you
which
do.
is what Brady found out.
Yeah.
You can't do that to your kids. You can't do that to your children.
People were outraged. Apparently, Paul McCartney was asked to do a roast, and the roast of Paul McCartney was like, no, because all my friends are like, what are you gonna do? Like, make fun of my dead friends? And
yeah, exactly. You can't do that. And how many jokes can you make that he looks like an old woman? Come on, can't do that. I'm still pissed he did Super Bowl 39 halftime. Man,
yeah,
that was terrible. I watched that with the great John Clark, Glenn Macnow, the great Rhea Hughes. Trying to think of who else was there for that one. We sat there and I'm watching. I'm like, this is Super Bowl halftime?
Hell yeah, man. The Beatles.
Paul McCartney? No, it wasn't the Beatles. If it was the Beatles, it'd be great.
Yeah, this is Paul McCartney by himself.
Yeah, it'd be great.
All right, coming up next, our man Andrew DeCecco will be in studio. We'll continue this Joel Embiid trade talk because now all of a sudden the momentum is shifted to keeping Embiid. I knew that would happen. It took 4 days, and we're back, baby. We are back to keeping Joel Embiid. But also, the Eagles are getting closer to another season. Schedule release date tonight. Andrew DeCecco has 3 players on the Eagles that he believes will have breakout seasons and will become more known nationally. He'll tell you those names next. It's Kincaid and Sal Tunis, 97.5 The Fanatic.